Hey everybody, welcome to Northern Lion Plays Monster Train. This is going to take over the 10 a.m. slot for a little bit by popular demand. Monster Train is an upcoming, it's not even out, I think it comes out on the 21st. It's an upcoming roguelite deck builder, similar to Slay the Spire, but with elements of almost like wave defense or tower defense games as well. Positioning matters, timing matters, and you upgrade as you go along, obviously. The first thing I'll say is, first off, thanks for the amazing support on the Northern Lion Tries, which was the genesis of this series to begin with. Secondarily, because we're playing this well in advance, if you like what you see, go to the store page, wishlist Monster Train so you can be notified of when it's released. For now, though, we will play some single player. We will start our new run. I will erase my existing run. It does not bother me. And we'll start from 0 this time. I don't know where to put my camera. That's going to be mission objective 1, is figure out where the heck we're going to put our camera so that it doesn't interfere, ideally. Right, Tomo? We got a cat in a box over here. Your primary clan. We can be the Hellhorns. Your allied clan adds starting cards and content you can find during this run, or the Awoken. Gather the Awoken of the Wildwood Forest. Hollows and Animus are supported by healing channelers. For now, let's first off, let's do a couple of things. We got a little maintenance to do right off the cut here, by the way. Step 1 would be volume just slightly down. I like to be way dominant in the mix. We're gonna take primary clan Hellhorned. And obviously, then we'll take allied clan Awoken, and we'll see how the heck that goes, and we'll depart. We'll depart and see how things look, shall we? I'm eager to see how things go if you start a brand new run with no tutorialization at all. It's probably going to be very similar, would be my guess. Tomo's going to leave. Okay, goodbye, Tomo. You'll see his tail if you have not seen it already. Goodbye. The end is near. This incarnation of Hell's greatest foe has the power to cleanse all units of effects which don't benefit Seraph. So all buffs on our units will be taken away. Interesting. Oh, half of any buff and debuff effect stacks. Debuff on herself, I'm assuming. Alright. Let's start. Do we want to upgrade our champion or gain an artifact? I really like having a 10 out of 10 champion to begin with, so let's start there. So you can either be a brawler, which gives you 2 attacks, but you do get worse over time due to rage, or we can give you armor 10, and if you kill an enemy, you get 5 more armor. I kind of like the idea of you sticking around. Plus, we did the multi-strike last time, so I think I'm... Oh, we get both. We get both. Apply daze to enemy units when they enter the floor below the pyre room. So I think that's our 4th floor up. 25% chance to deal 5 damage when an enemy unit enters your train. This is super interesting because a lot of the enemy support units have like 2 or 4 HP early on at least, so I kind of like that. Okay, so let's get started. If you didn't watch the Northern Lion Tries, you're gonna figure it out pretty simply here. Let's see, you've got a wall unit, you've got a sniper unit, and you've got Chains the Sighted, who is our boss here. We do have a trial. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. I'm not really willing to do that yet. Let's just start. Let's keep it fairly basic. The trial is an optional objective to give you a better reward. Okay. Well, we do have our champion. So basically, let me give you the gist of it. It's like tower defense in the sense that you want to protect your pyre from taking as much damage as possible, or any more damage than you'd like it to take, I suppose. You summon units. These units go on a specific floor, and they attack enemies that are on that floor. Enemies, after they... I don't know how long it takes, but after enemies live for a certain amount of time, they'll move up floor to floor. Sometimes they'll just go every single turn, depending on the enemy. Anyway, suffice it to say, you're figuring it out. Here's my thinking. You start with armor 10, and if you kill an enemy, you gain 5 armor. So I would like to put you at the front, because I want you to attack before the unit at the back. And then... You didn't die, which is frustrating. So let's kill you with our basic ability and not play Restore at all. And then we will slay you and gain some armor. So far, so good. Maybe... Oh, so this is a loot fairy? Hold on, I'm realizing. Very bad place for my camera. This is maybe a little bit better. That's going to be a little bit more conducive. Okay. Because I was covering up how many cards were left in the deck and how much energy we had. So, we should be able to kill... I mean, here's the deal, okay? Obviously, we'll just ice you on that one. We could just kill you with the spell, but I think Train Steward will actually just kill you instead, because we attack first. And then, I mean, nothing's really going too wrong here, so let's just send it. Okay, so I was incorrect. Enemies attack first, but still, we got the gold for it regardless. Okay, you've moved up a floor. You will be killed by our Train Steward. The other thing worth noting, though, is we don't really need the Train Steward to kill you, because they'll take damage in the process. Instead, we could just ice you like so. And then there is another element of almost like progressive gameplay, because we really want to get the other parts of our train built up, because the enemy, the final boss of each wave has Relentless, which is an effect that basically just means turns just continue until either he or I am dead. So, we definitely, I mean, first off, we don't want you to get to attack, so that's a no-brainer. Nobody's been hurt, at least, you know, when you consider armor. So instead, we'll just do this, and then basically at this point, it'll just play itself out. I'll attack, they'll attack, I'll attack, they'll attack, I'll attack, etc., etc. So we made that happen. That was really easy. It was our first encounter. They didn't even make it out of the first floor, so we'll collect our spoils. Summon. Apply Rage 3 to friendly units. That is kind of interesting. The idea, I guess, behind this is, especially if we had built the Wrathful champion, this would make them more powerful at the start, and then it would take longer to decay, which is nice. 2 Rage, 2 Armor is kind of interesting as well. And it costs, 2x Rage, where you can spend it for however much you want. That is interesting. Or Summon, deal 10 damage to a random enemy unit. I really don't like this right now, because as a minion, it's really bad. It's just a 1-1. So 10 random damage doesn't really appeal to me that much. But Rage 3, I mean, this is, I don't actually think it's worth that much. It will do more damage, but because we don't have multi-strike on anybody, I don't think this is that impressive right now. We could put them up at the top where maybe they, and I'm trying to think through my decisions here and be a better gamer, you know? But we could put this up at the top where, you know, it's unlikely to ever be attacked or need to attack, but if anything ever gets there, it's going to steamroll this, obviously. So I actually think, believe it or not, I think Spike of the Hellhound, or Spike of the Hellhorn, is pretty good. But I also sort of think we're better off just taking the gold on this one. And then this is our allied pack. Here, spikes are like thorns. When an enemy hits us, they take 1 damage per stack. I like Steel Enhancer, but I really like Sting. 0 energy to do 10 damage to the front unit is a nice spell in my world. Alright, so now we get a choice. Forge your units to gain new powers and gain an Awoken unit, or gain a Hellhorned unit and forge your spells to gain new powers. Let's go, yeah, you know what, let's try this, because we'll get an Awoken unit instead that maybe we'll find interesting. So we do, let's see, we can upgrade our units. Upgrade a unit with multi-strike. We can't apply that to our champion, unfortunately, but still pretty good. I mean, I think it's still really good. So let's buy that, and let's create like a disgusting Train Steward. They can only hold 2 upgrade gems, but still. So now you're gonna do 10 damage. And we're also gonna give you, I mean, honestly, hold on. I think cancel this one if I can. Giving you 3 HP is good. Or sorry, 3 extra attack because you do multi-strike is good. But with 15 health, you're going to be really good at taking out the boss when the boss is relentless. But it will take the... we can't give both. So do we want you to like hit hard but maybe live for 1 less turn? Or do we want you to live longer? I think we want you to hit hard and live for 1 less turn. I think I'm incorrect. This way you also give us a huge benefit if we draw you early against all the enemies that come in advance of the boss. So I like that. And then, honestly, for 25, I will purge a card from our deck. And I feel like, how many units do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus our champion is 5. I really feel like we can get rid of Are other train stewards? Sure, but these have some use for us right now. I feel like restore is not very good for us right now. Plus, maybe some of our allied units will restore us anyway. So you get, as you can tell, we're 10 minutes in here. We've had a lot of influence on this deck, even though it's early. Okay. On summon, you gain 50 max health. What? On summon, gain 30 max health, and anytime you get healed, you get extra spikes. That's interesting, but honestly, I'm like, you're just really strong. Maybe we should just not be upgrading the train stewards at all if we can get a 15-15 unit. Although, I think that the indicator on top indicates how many of... Because we only have a set amount of, like, heat we can play per floor, if that makes sense. So we might not be able to put 2 good units on the same level, but I haven't really interfaced with that mechanic yet, so we're figuring it out as we go. Enemy units enter with spell shields. I'll allow that for 75 coins. That'll block 1 spell. Alright. So you got spikes. See, like, we can only have 5 energy here. So I don't think we can play the Awoken Hollow on this floor. On this floor, I should say. Like, let's try. Let's try. Or at least it would put us at max. Oh, yeah, because you're only 2. So we could... I mean, I feel like there's no reason not to put you down here. And this time, we'll put you up at the front so you absorb as much damage as possible. Oh, you need to be healed for the max HP. I understand it now. Okay. So you will definitely be killed, and you will also be killed. There's no real reason to use Spell Shield. I think we're better off just throwing... Like, I'm going to put 1 Train Steward here, and then I'm going to put 1 here. Because ideally, I'd like to put our Great Train Steward on the 2nd floor, because they're just going to get more... They're going to get more of an opportunity to do some cool stuff. To attack more often, really. Okay. You're going to die, which is nice. So, with Spell Shield, I still think we, like... Destroying you, although what do you do? Enchant. You give spikes. Still like to minimize the damage dealt. You're both gonna die. You're gonna take 3 damage. We have to get this Train Steward out here, in my opinion, so that in the future, let's go. So that in the future, the boss will have a tougher road. We might draw it again before the boss gets here. We get a brief respite. So I think this is an easy one. You just do like restore. Want to hear where I got these horns? And then we'll pass turn. We got really nothing else to do. Okay, now the boss is here. We would really like... you do 3 damage. So we are dying just because your HP is so high. And the thorns. Oh my god. So we need to remove thorns. That's hard. 4 thorns is really bad. So we can... but torching you doesn't really do anything. So I think we torch you. And then sting. At least we're doing 10 extra damage. And then we might as well just restore. Restore to keep you going as long as possible. Oh my god. The thorns are going to last forever, though. At least they got to do 1 more attack. I'm still cruising. I'm still cruising. Let's go. That was not bad at all. Okay. So we got our bonus points. We got a lot of we got a huge score there for sure. The string sounds in the background were like dun 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 dun. Run. I mean, I feel like Vent is an interesting AoE spell. Oh, tip: spells only affect 1 floor. I thought it affected all floors, but still for 1 floor. No, now I'm like, you know what? I think Hornbreak is actually maybe just better. Or maybe even a skip here. I just don't like the imps. I recognize that up to this point they would have had use, but sure. Hit me with... this is really good at dealing with cheap enemy support units. Consume. Apply regen 5. Restores 1 health per stack at the end of each turn. Okay, so it's Slay the Spire-esque. It'll heal us for 15 over many turns. Restore 2 health to all friendly units, and deal 2 damage to all enemy units. Realistically, I kind of think the Wildwood Sap is a little better. But this, I can't deny this is a nice AoE as well. And it does only cost 1, but then again, this costs 0. But then Wildwood Sap really only works if we draw it against, or if we draw it while we have our Awakened units. So I think actually maybe we're better off with Glimmer, because it has a broader use case. Alright, so that battle's complete. Duplicate any card except your champion. Restore 30 pyre health. Forge your spells. Something interesting can be found here, and gain an Awoken unit. I really think we want more units, honestly. So let's take the right path this time. Duplicating a card can be really, really good, though. So I think first, let's gain an Awoken unit. Sweep does damage to all enemy units. On a floor, I assume. So this is really a one-cost AoE of 3 for every turn. Like, the creatures are much better than the spells. There's no balance there. But the thing is, you can play unlimited spells. You can only play as many creatures as, you know, you have space in your train. So the multi-strike 2 here is kind of crazy. But we would need to find a way to keep you alive. But I'm almost worried we have, like, a little too much AoE. But if we could buff your health... We don't even need to buff your health as long as we play you at the back. I think we can make this happen. And then let's go forge some magical spells. Upgrade a spell with more magical power. Upgrade a spell to gain permafrost. Gain frozen when drawn. Is frozen good? Does that mean it stays in our hand? I don't know. I just don't know. But I think we do want to remove a card. I still think... Well, let me put it this way. I think Restore and Torch are not very good for us. But Restore is much worse for us right now, in my opinion. Let's see. Oh, this card will not be discarded at the end of your turn. Frozen is removed when the card is played. So, there actually are situations, to be honest, where we would want a spell to have this. I think the big one is we would like to put it on Sting. That way, when we draw it, we don't have to play it until a unit that warrants it actually comes out. So that seems most productive to me. And then we could give a spell 5 magical power. I'm gonna be honest, for 30 gold, that doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. I just want to know what happens. Restore 7 and deal 7. That's gonna put more things into lethal range. I was hoping it would be 7x. 2x plus 5 is not bad, don't get me wrong, because it's 5 to all enemy units on that level. But if we're gonna get 5 extra damage, why not get 5 extra health attached to it as well? Alright, and I mean, we could do the same thing again. Restore 12 health and deal 12 damage to all enemy units. I don't know. That might have been a little ridiculous, but it's kind of hilarious as well. Okay, yes. A fissure in the ice forces the Bone Shaker to stop. Oh my god. You've seen cracks like this before, often allowing you to multiply your forces through some ancient magic, but this one's different, unstable. Throwing something into the fissure could have unusual side effects, while just absorbing the energy could have the more expected effect. I don't think we want to copy a card 5 times. I think that's way too much. But we can copy a card 1 time. And I mean, obviously we're going to choose one of the ones that's super upgraded. I mean, you gotta go with Glimmer, right? Now that we've invested so much in it. And you can, like, compare to Slay the Spire. And there's positives and negatives about this, I'm sure. But, like, we're getting out of control. Like, the deck has multiplied in power, like, 40-fold so quickly. So we fought this guy in the Northern Lion Tries. He summons enemies that have a damage shield over top of them. So AoE is going to be really nice here. And he also has a lot of HP. And he moves freely between floors as well. Okay. So, we definitely want... This time, I think we want the Hollow at the front and Hornbreaker Prince at the back. Because we attack second, he should get the kill and get armor out of this. And then we'll just put the Train Steward up 1 more level. And we have extra energy now that I think about it. We can't do anything with it, so we'll end our turn. Okay, you attack. And we get the extra armor off of that, which is nice. Oh, you guys both got hit by our, like, 1 in 4 chance. That's the first time it's happened, but I'm happy to see it. Okay. I mean, you gotta love the glimmer here. 12 damage to all friendly units. Or 12 health to all friendly units and 12 damage to all enemy units. However, spell shield, not spell shield, damage shield. So it nullifies your next source of damage. It doesn't really matter, though. I think you just definitely play glimmer. And then you'll die to a torch so you don't explode, which is beautiful. And you're gonna die on the first hit here. We definitely want Train Steward up at the front because he's like disgustingly good. This is so much better than our last, than the Northern Lion Tries attempt. All right. You're moving up one more floor. Do we like Sting here? What do you do? You have Rage? I mean, you gotta go. That's not even, like, a contest. I honestly think we just do it like this. We go like, okay, Sting. It's not a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. But then we use 2 torches here. Sorry, my mouse wheel's still a little jacked up. New computer's getting installed literally tomorrow. You're gonna die to the Hornbreaker Prince, which is the buff that we're looking for. So we want to save a space for our multi-strike Awoken unit that we just picked up. But once this guy goes relentless, like if he does battle with any of our floors, he's going to be like in a world of hurt. Okay. 2 damage. Deals 6 damage to all enemy units. But this guy's going to block this damage, unfortunately. I mean, you got to start with a Glimmer. It's just, it's too good. And then... honestly, to keep these guys stable, I really think you just torch and torch. And we're going to do 21 damage to him, which is pretty good. Both of these guys are going to die regardless. Yeah, you got nothing. You're destroyed. And then we get a buff again. So this armor is going to really come in handy when the boss decides, like, it's final wave time. So I think no matter what, you probably want Animus of Speed up at the top. But I might be able to be persuaded. You're going to take 12 damage. You do 4. How much do you do when you explode? 6. Here's what I'm thinking. Definitely ice you. I'd rather just hit you with a quick restore. And then put the Animus back here. Just in case we need them. We might not. But take it, I mean, health is a resource, right? And our champion is getting so buffed. Okay, here we go. Final wave. He's relentless. I think it's pretty easy. We certainly love a Glimmer. And I think we just love another Glimmer. To make this guy as strong as possible with 42 HP. Yeah, he's not going to die, actually. He's going to get the kill. You can see because he's getting the +5 armor buff here. And then, might as well hit him for 10. And now even our front unit's not going to die. So you, dude, this is a really good boss battle here. So I think we've built a much better deck this time. Great stuff. Okay. Victory. To the victor go the spoils. Choose an enhancement. +1 energy per turn, and your pyre is stronger. +1 card per turn, or +1 capacity on each floor. I think we do better right now with energy. We usually do have unplayed cards. So I think we don't really like Spike of the Hellhorn right now. Although if we could put magic power on it, it would probably do 2x +5 rage. But I mean, even like 9 rage is pretty good on a multi-strike unit. Double armor, I don't think we need right now. To be honest, I think we have more than enough, especially on our champion. Consume. Draw a unit and enhance it with +20 attack, +20 HP, and 0 cost. So the way I'm trying to evaluate this right now, like this is good, it could be good for on our multi-strike units. But like, for 1, we're gonna draw a unit. which is going to refund us a cost of minimum 1, because it's going to be free to play. And then it's also going to get plus 20 attack and plus 20 health. So the worst case scenario is we're going to get a 25-28 unit. But we could get a 23 multi-strike 2 unit that now would have 23 HP instead of 3. So I think Channel Song plus Animus is like a disgusting synergy. Okay, and we do want a unit for sure. Every turn you'd gain 5 armor. I don't know if that's as useful as just having another heavy attacker, honestly. Although, to be honest, putting the Steelworker up front and then the Animus at the back would be pretty good. But I mean, this is so much damage. I think it's hard to say no. I know the HP is low, don't get me wrong. Okay, what path do we take? Gain an artifact, 75 coins, and change your spells. Or select and remove up to 2 cards from your deck. Forge units to gain new powers, and restore Pyre health. So we don't need Pyre health, so this is a waste. Removing 2 cards is kind of nice, though. But gaining an artifact is free, making your spells better. You know, I think I'm going to go spell here. Just because, again, we don't need the Pyre health. So by definition, we have the chance for more useful stuff here, I would say. Regen restores better, or your Pyre starts with armor. Both kind of bad right now. But we'll take Pyre starts with armor. Although it doesn't really do anything for us. Upgrade a card to gain double stack. Status effects stacks added by this card are doubled. So we have nothing that benefits us there. Honestly, for like 100, I'm now of the mind one of these basic train stewards should get yeeted. And then we could add... We could make a spell cheaper. We could make a spell cheaper. I'm just trying to think of what we'd like to make. I don't even think that's that relevant, honestly. I think we could refresh, but I think I'd rather save the gold for a big purchase later. So I don't know. I think maybe we might have been better off going left path and then cutting 2 cards. Let's see. Clipped. These clipped have enlisted conduits to help them ascend the train more quickly. Remove the conduit and the clipped will become more vulnerable. Alright, very good to know. 4 energy, 65, 4 attack, 65 HP. I will not be doing the bonus here. But I like the bonus rewards are huge. Like 100 gold is basically 1 card removal. Maybe less now. So you guys have haste, which means you'll move up faster. I'm just thinking. The unit at the front will almost die if we do it this way, but I think you gotta hear me out. So we're gonna start here. I hate to say it, I think we have to do it like this. Put the multi-strike unit here. We still have 3 energy. That will lead to you dying. This will, okay, I think that was actually the perfect way to handle this. You don't even attack, so you're toasted. Finally, we're getting an opportunity to use the Animus too. Okay. Loot Lord. Definitely, I feel like you can put Horned Warrior at the back and then tanky unit up at the front. Glimmer is kind of a no-brainer and does a lot of value on that tanky unit at the front. We get a bunch of gold for it to begin with. Restore is not really necessary. But I don't know if I really like the idea of playing a train steward up at the top, to be honest. Like, what do we have left in our deck? 2 other train stewards? Okay, I'll play 1 train steward. Just, I didn't want to take up space that could be used for a better unit. But we only have 1 unit that's better in our deck, so we'll just put that unit up there. So I was just going to say, you're going to move up. Oh, I love that you're getting killed by our infused mallet. You are going to die, which is very, very nice. This train steward 100% needs to come up, and we want him at the back so he can attack as much as possible before getting killed, in theory. And then we want to hit you for sure, and we're just going to play everything. You're already dying up here, so we're going to hit you, restore health on the unit that has some capacity. And then our other train steward can't do anything. So this is why we want to remove these junk units from our deck. Even more so than upgrading right away. And now I've realized, now that I think about it, we're going to draw our, like, super buff spell. And it's going to be useless. Yeah, because there's nothing to draw and make good. But we can at least keep this in here, and the idea is that in the future, it'll be beneficial for us. What the heck is going on here? Well, we know we love Glimmer. Although, would we rather use it up here to give you more HP? Or would we rather use it to hurt more enemies? Surely to hurt more enemies. You're dying already. You're not even close. You're also dying. You're doing 4 damage. It's not really that bad. I think I would like to do 6 damage to all enemy units on this floor. Just to weaken them for their trip upwards, which is still very relevant for us. We got a really nice, like, minions gallery right here. And honestly, I really like our spells, too. I'm not used to seeing spells this powerful. So you're still dead. You're gonna die this turn. We have a brief respite. Surely you should be restored. And I regret that we weren't able to use Channel Song. We should keep that in mind for the future. We're gonna save Sting for the boss, because it has permafrost. I don't know, here's the thing. We might as well play Channel Song and just make one Train Steward amazing. And then, like, if we draw it next turn, which we can't, I guess we could play it. There's no way to play it right now. Okay. You have 200 HP. What's your thing? Haste, of course. Slay. Oh, add the ultimate penance card to the top of your draw pile. Your pyre takes 5 damage when you... Okay, I understand what you're getting at here. So definitely we like Glimmer, no matter what. It helps keep our champion alive. Well, no, it doesn't. But it does kill that unit that was buffing back there. Sting is always going to be solid here. Am I crazy, or did you not take damage there? Now the question is, do we use Torch to deal 6 damage, which kind of sucks, or you've got 21, you do 10 damage. So a Restore is not going to keep you alive, I'm sorry to say. So really what we're better off here, as weird as it sounds, is doing 6 damage. Alright, so this, I don't even know how, this is the first one where I'm like, I don't even know how this is going to shake out. We do get to take one more turn, though, which is nice. So we'll Glimmer, which is a really, really important play there. We'll Restore, and then we'll play both of these so our Pyre doesn't take so much damage. We're going to do some serious damage here. That much is certain. Let's go. If only we had gotten our really good train steward out there, that would have been sick. But it is what it is. Ascend a unit. I can see it being useful. I'm just not sure if it's for me. Apply Rage 2 and Armor 5. I'm going to be honest, I don't really think I love any of these. Rage 8 I could see being really good. I mean, you would do 16... damage, then 14, then... But this is only after this gets upgraded. You know what? Give me the 0 cost for now. Consume, add 3 sting spells to your hand. Restore 20 health, draw 1. It's really good to buff our super tanky unit. And then descend a unit. The sting spells are kind of interesting, I'll admit, but... I mean, I think we'll try this. I think we can afford to go a little, like, buffer build. Like, we can go a little tankier. Okay. So this time, removing 2 cards is beautiful, don't get me wrong. No matter what, we get to upgrade our champion. I don't think we want to upgrade any more spells, though. I think we've got to upgrade... Oh, we don't even get to upgrade units this time. We get an... Okay, I'm still gonna... We're gonna go on Stable Vortex. That's why we're coming here. Okay? So hear me out here. But before we do this, hold on. Before we do this... Unstable Vortex. We can only have 6 units. Of course, some will die at some point. But what do we want to remove is what I'm thinking. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and our champion. 6 units in our champion. We want to cut at least one garbage train steward. I think we could probably afford to cut both and then take a space for a minion in the future. And then we got 275. I'll admit the double stack is tempting. Because we could make this... Well, hold on. Let me go on this one. Extra magic power. Not eligible. I guess it's... Okay, I understand. I understand. And this is 2x plus 5, right? That's not how that one works. This one. 2x plus 5. I mean, 7 damage to all enemy units is not bad. We could even make it 12 damage to all enemy units, but that just makes it as good as Glimmer. Which is like... Doesn't interest me that much. We can only apply this literally 12 extra damage on turn 1. You know what? Hopefully we can get the chance to upgrade it more in the future. I'm gonna go spicy. I'm gonna spend 50 on a reroll. And I was just gonna say, if we can make this one cost 1, that'll be way easier for us to use. Upgrade a spell with plus 15 magic power and consume. Yes. Now, all of a sudden, Vent is not nearly as bad because you get one great spell to use it with. Okay. Wrathful 2 or go back to Brawler. I mean, here's the thing. It really depends whether you want to use the Prince as primarily an enormous damage dealer. Well, never mind. No, we want to go Wrathful 2 because it also buffs his damage to 30 instead of 15 times 2. 15 times 2 is great, but we lose more because of the rage in the future, I think. So, I think anyway, let's just go. Let's see where this path takes us. We're kind of like squeezing enemies right now. We're squeezing them dry. The Sycophants of Seraph. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. I'm not really willing to try this, but it's... They said these enemies try to overwhelm you with numbers. We've got some really good AoE. Triggers on death give +2 to all enemy units. It's not great, but I think we still are going to kill all of you. So you go at the front. You go at the back. Horse tack is attached. And then you get +2 to all units. It's bad, but I think it's still good to do, just so that we can keep them from moving up, and we can always restore your HP, as you saw right there. So don't get me wrong, you hit him pretty hard. We still got a buff on our big dude. Okay, we have a loot lord. Certainly, I think the Animus can handle the loot lord. So why don't you go up here? And we could save the Horned Warrior, maybe. So I think you... No, it does cost 0, which is nice. How much HP are you going to get out of this? How much HP are you going to get out of this? You're going to get too much HP out of it. I don't like it. Or not HP damage. You're going to be at 1265. But I think it still makes the most sense to ice all the enemies here. But we don't have to play it for much. You're going to be 12. There's not really... Like, the restore doesn't do enough for us here. I think you save... I'm trying to think of where you play Horned Warrior. Believe it or not, I actually think we just play this for max value right now. This unit's going to die anyway. Then this moves you up to the front so I can hit you with Sting. And you'll die in 2 turns. But you will kill our big tanky dude in the process. Which is the first time we've had that happen. Good, that was good. Okay, the other thing is, I really have to kill you. Because otherwise you're going to kill my Animus, which we absolutely cannot have. Okay. Then, we like Channel Song to create the greatest unit of all time. A 28 times 2 with 33 HP multi-strike unit. I mean, here's the thing. I want you to have to fight at the bottom. I want you to have to get through this enemy to get anywhere. And we could apply Rage 6, and it's going to make him even better. But I don't think we do that, because we don't want to consume it. We'd rather save that for when the boss comes out. So we're creating, like, a truly disgusting unit. I love it. I love it. Dude, our mallet is doing work for us. Okay, so you have to go. Start there. It is making enemy units stronger. I can't deny that. You've got to go. I can't believe we used something for 2 targeted damage instead of 12 AoE that also heals us, but it was the same principle. You guys are both dying, so I don't see a real need to play Glimmer. What I might see instead is a need to play... if we're gonna draw, we might as well draw, right? So just play this for nothing. And then, I think we'll put a Horned Warrior up at the second to the last level. Just so we have some support up there. It's not like that's gonna be a big meat shield for our Animus to begin with. Alright, so with the boss coming... we definitely put Rage on you. And then, I think we'll restore you. I don't think anything's getting through you. I think you're too good to be... for anything to go wrong here. I hope. You won't make it any further. You have 300 HP. It's like amazingly not that impressive. So we're gonna, of course we're gonna ice you, but then we're gonna hit you with a sting. Give you a quick heal. So it says we're both gonna die, and I believe it, but we're gonna do some serious damage in the process. What? What kind of buff did you have that made that happen? I think our pyre is gonna take some serious heat here. Did you just get to attack forever? I guess you maybe had like a bunch of stacks of something at the start that I've never seen before. There's nothing we can really do about this. So we're not gonna do like any damage to you here. This could go terribly wrong. It's kind of going terribly wrong. We gotta hit you here. But even this is like, it's not doing very much because we're not even surviving a single hit. Well, this should be interesting. Help me. We're gonna pass you. It's just gonna hurt a lot. Alright, so that was horrible. That went really badly. Donkey. So we can't lose our big unit anymore. Makes sense. Well, the Impolate is not what we want. Rage 2, Armor 5. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know. I believe it or not, even after that, I like our deck. I just think we played it super wrong there. So I think we want more Restore to try to keep that big unit alive as long as possible, because we need him to protect our weaker units, clearly. So nothing here protects our pyre. I think we will go... let's go Unstable Vortex first. And I think we're going to cut 2 torches now. We have enough AoE that I think this is fine. We'll also gain an artifact. Cards with Consume have a 50% chance to be discarded. I will take that. Making our pyre stronger? Sure. I respect it, but I think this was not a bad idea. Rage does not decay on friendly units. Yeah. Let's just do that. We have a double stacked Rage Enabler that I think provides us with a lot of benefit. And this is a boss fight, right? Fell, the Wings of Light. Clipped Absolvers guard the Fell to weigh you down with guilt before the warrior can make her killing blow. They will add Scourge cards to your hand and deck. As long as they only cost energy, that's not really a big deal. We got a pretty efficient deck right now, but we'll see how this goes. All right, I'm willing to admit I have no idea what's happening. Reserve. Your pyre takes 5 damage. So you're doing 1 damage. We gotta kill you. Definitely. We pretty much just have to get in here. I think because you do 0. Do you attack? You attack twice per turn. Let's not put anything on this level then. Because it's gonna be... Oh, but you don't do anything yet. Okay, I think we gotta spread out. I think we gotta put you up here. You down here. I think we got a glimmer to destroy this guy. You're still not gonna die, obviously. But then we'll just get rid of this so we don't take any damage and pass turn and see how this shakes out. These statues could be a good opportunity for us to get good armor on our champion. So my next step would definitely be play the Awoken. And then we're going to buff him with some HP. And you're obviously going to die. You're going to take a bunch of damage. You're going to die. We don't have anybody up here yet, but let's create a super unit. And this is indeed a super unit. And I think we need to put the Train Steward up here. Well, no, we need the Train Steward to protect the... well, yeah, it's more important to protect the Horned Warrior, I think, right now. And we could put the Animus here just for some damage. They'll probably get yeeted post-haste, but we gotta try, I think. At least, I think we got pretty much the proper minion setup right now that we're looking for. Okay, we got some real units now. That doesn't really bother me. We do probably want to play it, though. Okay, step 1, I'll tell you, is very easy. Restore 20 health on this guy and draw 1. I think we definitely just want to hit you for 10. Now, Rage does not decay on our individuals. So Rage works a lot better on units with double strike. However, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of putting it on this Train Steward. I mean, I'll level with you. I kind of like the idea of putting it on this Animus of Speed. He'll do 27 damage per turn, but that, I mean, even that is just 1 hit away from death. So I think maybe we still put it just on the unit, most like, and it did get preserved. That's it. So it didn't get exhausted from the deck. I thought maybe we just put it on the unit most likely to attack the most. That seems sensible to me. And then hear me out here. I think we want to play this. Can we play this for 0 and just do 15 damage? Because if we can do that, oh my god, it totally works. Playing that for 0 is like just a disgusting value. We're learning a lot. This is for an episode 1 of a series. We're learning an awful lot right now. So there's a little armor our way. Glimmer's always gonna slap. And then honestly, Torch kind of is complete garbage. So we'll just do that. I think you definitely send that out there, and then there's no reason to heal anybody. I guess we'll torch this Guardian Angel up at the top. Yo, great armor on our strong unit. You love to see it. That's 2 energy is no big deal. We can easily get that out there. So you got to get... Oh, it preserved again. Let's go. This is out of control. Get this out of here. Destroy all the enemy units. We don't really need to restore health or draw, because we can't play this on our Pyre, unfortunately. So again, just hit you with one of those. We're so close. We're doing some damage. Doing some damage to the boss now, slowly, but still doing it. The boss does have multi-strike, which is a little scary. You love to see it. Thank you, Mallet. So you've taken a little heat, but very little. We gotta, I mean, come on, right? I know what you're thinking. You could also put it on the, you know, it's tempting. It's tempting to put it on this. I'm not gonna deny that. But it won't live to attack the boss, because the boss attacks first. So I still think you're better off riding the lightning on that one. But at least I thought it through, right? And then, hold on. We're getting there. I think we're putting together something pretty good here. We did just get an achievement. I think for doing 60 damage with a unit in a single turn. Okay. I mean, don't even think about it. Just get that out there. Glimmer is always doing disgusting level work for you. You're already dying, so we don't really need to hit you with a sting. How about you? Are you dead finally? I'm assuming this is when the real boss fight will begin, is when you're dead. So there's no real reason to draw either. I think we'll just pass our turn and hold on to sting. Although I guess we could have kept the statue alive to try to force more damage onto the boss. An interesting thing to think about. Yeah, because this is about to be a little nasty. No kidding. So obviously sting. We want, it doesn't heal for much, but we'd like the draw. Okay, we don't really need the draw anymore. We'd probably just rather have 2 glimmers in there, and we might as well hit you for 2. It's not much, but this 66 damage is doing some serious work. Okay, our tank is gonna die here, but they did some amazing work, and we still got, yo, let's go. Now we're talking. Okay. +1 energy per turn. I think at this point, we would rather have +1 card per turn. Energy doesn't seem to be a big problem. If anything, we have too many bad cards in our deck. I'll tell you, Channel Song. Without a doubt, we take Channel Song on this one. It's so good. To buff our previously already pretty good units, like... So how far do we have to go here? Oh, we're almost at the end. That's good. That's a good length of time. I think. We're getting closer to the end, let's say. Artifact, forge units, restore pyre health. I don't think we have much argument here. Units gain an extra upgrade slot. Apply daze to enemy units when they enter the pyre room, but your pyre attacks for less. I don't really like that, because that'll make our pyre very weak right now. It'll do 25 instead of 30. It's really good if you can get them almost dead, so the pyre kills them, but for now, we'll take units to get an extra upgrade slot. Restore some pyre health. Oh no, our pyre does 40, because we've upgraded it twice now. I see. But still, I think, saving 1 turn, I'd rather just have the damage. Upgrade a unit with quick. I know we have reroll, by the way, but I'll tell you, upgrading a unit with quick seems incredible. So quick just means it attacks before the enemy attacks. We could make this train steward kind of disgusting, admittedly. But the Animus, this would make kind of a big difference for the Animus as well. I think we actually, because the Animus has been garbage for us, I think we got to give it a try. We could also give it 15 HP. Enough to survive a couple of attacks is probably all we're really looking for. We don't really want to make anything cost less, because it's not really relevant right now. So we'll save that money and move onwards here. I'm excited. We got a chance, I think. The Winged Horde. Although weak at first, this mob of winged soldiers will grow and attack each turn. Defeat them before they ascend to attack your pyre. They will grow and attack each turn. I really don't want to do the Mark of Invasion. It's just a little too spicy for me. I think we're barely holding it together right now. Oh, thank you. Deal 5 damage to the front enemy unit on death. Okay, I see. We'd rather you didn't do 5 damage to the front enemy unit. So what we're going to do is this. That doesn't kill you, huh? What we're going to do is... Okay, hear me out here. The Animus is going to go floor 2. The Prince is going to come down. He's going to take a bunch of damage, don't get me wrong. But it does at least take them out, so we're starting from 0. Yo, that enemy design is so good. Okay, so we do want to put a unit on the top floor if possible. But really, what's your thing? You got 110 HP. Good lord. When a unit dies, you get 15 armor. It's a little absurd. Here's my thing. I think we need the Awakened Hollow on this floor. Then we can Glimmer, and he'll take a bunch of damage, but he'll also get that damage restored. And then, by the same token, we'll Glimmer immediately again. So now he's getting quite strong. Then with 1, we'll put our Horned Warrior up here. Basically gets us 75 gold. So we like it. Okay, so I'm happy with our setup right now. Don't get me wrong. We do need to keep restoring our tanky unit as often as possible. Okay, I mean, it's going to be a spicy time. Maybe you get the rage this time. The thing is, you're not dying, but you're taking a lot of heat. I think we do want to give you the rage. So and it did consume, unfortunately. But you're going to do 45 damage right out the gate. That's beautiful. 45 plus 30, but this guy won't get to attack. I got to think about it, okay? I got to think about it. But first, this guy, you're going to get some restoration. I think this now means we put our Train Steward here. And you're not... Now, hold on, hear me out. Now you're dead, which is very important. But I think you will still get 1 attack on our Train Steward first. What do you guys do? You're doing 3 damage. You're taking 22 right now. It's not great. But I think we'd rather put a turbo unit onto the board. There's no unit to draw. That's painful. That hurts a great deal. That hurts a great deal. We don't really need to play Torch, so we don't get any benefit out of playing Torch, I should say. All right, but that Train Conductor coming out was very strong. All right, so my man up at the front needs some serious restoration, but then again, so does the multi-strike unit. But we attack first. But you're gonna die. How much damage? You do 5 damage. And you're gonna die too. And there's really nothing, very little we can do to stop that. Okay. Okay, hear me out. I still think we heal you to keep you alive. Then on you, there's no reason to spend 2 to get 6. I'll tell you that much. Then, there you go. We can start to get some value done here. You're still taking a staggering amount of damage. It's very, very disappointing. Don't get me wrong. But we'll hit you with the sting so that hopefully we can kill you a little bit faster. This is tough. These enemies are getting much more puzzly than before, I should say. So this next turn is a big one. What the heck? We got some strong dudes. So we are going to hit you for 45 and then 16. Hilariously, that's not enough. What's left in here? No units, so there's no reason to play Channel Song. That's at least good to know. We have to Glimmer then, which will make this guy stronger, but at least it'll keep us alive here as well. Restore is not going to keep you alive. I'll level with you. I don't think we have any units left in our deck, now that I think about it. So being 1 unit shy is actually really, really, really bad here. So basically, you need to heal. I'm trying to think if I torch you. Even 2 torches I don't think is going to get you. But it might slow you down, because I think you are going to make it to the pyre, unfortunately. A brief respite. If you say so. If you say so. Well, restore 20 draw, I think is always going to be sensible on you. Restore 20 draw is still going to be sensible on you. And then you're pretty much dead. There's not a whole lot you can do. But you die 40. You have 15 armor. I still think we have to hit you just to make it so that the pyre can hopefully kill you a little faster. But you're going to get points for slaying me. That's true. That is true. We might as well glimmer for one. But this is, now I'm like, we may die. This got devious very quickly. Thank God our pyre has a little armor. That's all I'm going to say about that. Final wave. 800 HP. And when attacking, excess damage is applied to the subsequent unit. This is a really bad time to draw Glimmer. So you're already dead. So really, we just have to go like, yeah. 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 At least Glimmer does 12 damage, but... It's a wonderful sound. Yo, I think this might be it. I think this might be it for us. This guy's got too much HP. Well, there's no way we can live through a single hit. So we got to get a little... I mean, we're going to hit you. We'll restore 20 and draw. We'll hit you for 12, and then we'll restore 20 and draw. And we can't really do much. Yeah, I think this is probably going to do it. I think this one's over. I mean, really, all we got here is torches. At least it costs him a turn. Yeah, here it is. Well, we lost, but I had a great time and I learned a lot. Definitely, I think there's actionable items we could take out of this one. Still got a good score. I'm assuming we unlock some stuff. March of Shields. Move a unit to the front and apply Armor 15. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. That seems like a good relic. And our Woken leveled up as well. Apply Regen 2 and Spikes 2. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. And grant 1 stack of spikes every time spikes are applied. Very interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying Monster Train so far. We are, I mean, this is a long episode, for sure. But I was happy to do it, to get... you know, get the basics out of the way. And you asked for it, is basically where we're at. So number one, if you enjoyed what you saw, go check out Monster Train. It's on Steam. It's not quite out yet, but you can add it to your wish list and pick it up when it does come out. Very good, very fun, engaging roguelite deck builder. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Episode 1, new game, long series. You know what I'm going to ask. If you enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. We're an hour and 2 minutes and 28 seconds in. So if you click the like button, it helps me out a great deal. It sends a message to YouTube. Hey, this game's awesome. This guy's cool. Show his content to more people. It would mean the world to me, especially for episode 1, to get some momentum on the series if you click the like button. So I'm going to ask you to click the like button. Apart from that, subscribe. We're putting more Monster Trains coming out every single day at 10 a.m. Pacific. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'll be in the comments soaking up dopamine. See you then.